Howdy everyone, hello and back to more of Let's Play Blind Broken Sword 2. And the Black Shadow, and after managing to rescue Nico from Karzac's grasp, we are following the trail to find out more about what the hell exactly is going on here. And that is leading us to Quaramonte over in Mexico. We've taken Nico along for the ride, and I'm trying to work out which one of them looked the more ridiculous. I cannot decide. We shall see.
It was Nico, wearing clothes I'd never seen before.
I mean, at least he pointed out. So we need to try and find our way to see if we can find a way to get around here. There's a lot of stuff going on here, folks, so this could take some time.
It was an armed guard looking after the barrier.
Welcome to Quaramonte.
Thanks. Can we get a cab to the capital?
This is the capital, Quaramonte City.
It is?
When's the next ship out of here?
But senor, don't you like our beautiful country?
Well, yeah, of course it is. It's not what I mean.
Oh yeah, it's like a little piece of paradise right here on Earth.
Then why you wanna leave?
I'm just plain homesick, like it says in the song.
A word of warning, senor. If you feel like bursting into song, bite your tongue.
Huh?
There are official restrictions on music in Quaramonte.
Really?
How come music is restricted in Quaramonte?
It is part of a great cultural enrichment campaign. Traditional Caramonte music is considered unsuitable for these fast-moving times. Nuestra Señora has decreed that only one category of music is suitable.
What's that?
Easy listening.
I see.
We've had enough. We're going back to the ship.
Okay. You show me your brown card?
Huh? What brown card is that?
The official exit visa.
Huh. I see.
It was the black obsidian stone which had been sent to Nico. One side bore a grotesque image of a dog's head. The other was blank.
Interesting. Well, guess we ain't getting out of here then.
It was an uninteresting little wooden hut with an armed goon outside it.
I ain't getting in there, of course.
Inside the hut was a chair and a small table.
Nothing too interesting, though.
The guy wasn't showing much enthusiasm selling his wares. The man was puffing away at a crudely rolled cigar.
Did I
The
just...
old woman was preparing a food that consisted of ground maize and lots of spittle.
It's kind of grim. Wait. Oh no.
Now, I like most animals, but experience had made me wary of goats, and cats, and dogs.
You're telling me? Jeez. Well, great.
It looked to me like an early portrait of Orson Welles.
Just call it a checkered history, you know?
In Quaramonte, defacing a poster was probably a capital offense.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't mess with that. Let's talk with the locals, I guess.
Hi.
You wanna buy something?
No, not really.
I got cabbages. Buy a cabbage, senor.
I don't think so. I didn't come all this way to buy vegetables.
Damn.
Listen, have you heard of Kondor Transglobal?
No. Buy a cabbage. I'll give you a discount on bulk purchases.
I'm not into cabbages. Have you ever seen anything like this before?
Aye, Tezcatlipoca. Put it away, senor. Tezcatlipoca brings nothing but evil.
The poor guy was so freaked, he didn't even mention his cabbages. See ya.
Interesting. So it's a pretty bad looking whatever it is. It's pretty feared around here. It's good to know. Nico checking out the goat. Good idea. Eventually.
Hi there. What have you got for sale?
¿Qué?
I said, what have you got? Oh, never mind.
Looks like he don't do English. Oh, God. I'm glad I've already eaten everyone.
Hi. Lovely bread.
¿Qué?
Bread, pain?
Sí, pan.
Maybe I'll come back later when I'm hungry.
Yeah.
The woman had an
Starving.
impressive display of gourds.
Like it.
Those things are gourds, aren't they?
Sí.
Hey, mind the footwear, lady. A couple of musicians stood watching life go on around them. They looked pretty depressed.
Ah.
The guy was selling fish. Do you have crabs?
No, only fish.
Damn.
Nice fish.
Thanks.
If by some remote chance I ever need a fish, I'll be back.
Note it down, everyone.
Do you recognize this statue?
Si, senor. It is very, very bad luck. That is Tezcatlipoca, the night hunter.
I know, but I don't believe in luck, good or bad.
You may not now, but you will.
The guy looked scared out of his wits.
Yeah.
Go away.
They are terrified by this thing. Interesting. I do see that. We'll get that later.
Hey, cheer up, guys. What's with the long faces?
Our pipe player has been arrested and thrown in jail.
Poor
Shit.
Miguel. He never broke the law in his life.
That sucks.
Why was Miguel put in jail?
For playing folk music.
What?
It's true, senor. He insisted on playing traditional Quaramonte music, even though it's illegal.
Why, though?
Why don't you try playing a tune to cheer yourselves
This is
up?
so crazy.
No, we should be looking for real jobs.
We could earn 10 times as much down the mines. My cousin Ramirez was earning 8 pesos an hour.
Before he lost his legs in the accident.
Jeez.
Tell me about the accident at the mine.
There was an explosion at Teoculcan. 30 miners were buried alive.
They got some of them out, though.
2 of them, including your cousin, and they left half of him behind.
Grief. Bad times.
Have you any idea what this is?
No, senor.
Me neither.
Huh. Interesting. They know what this is.
Have you
right?
seen anything like...
I, the hungry chief.
Why are you carrying that thing around with you, senor? Don't you know who it is?
Sure, it's Tezcatlipoca. But it's only a little carving.
It brings death, senor. Death and destruction.
Have you never seen Trilby's notes?
Would either of you guys care for a biscuit?
A dog biscuit, senor?
Are you trying to insult us?
No, really, they're good.
We'll take your word for it.
Take a look at the design on this label.
I have seen that before.
Where?
There was a ship flying a flag just like that
When did you see this ship?
3 months ago. It was here, at the docks.
Okay, so we got a sighting.
What was the ship with the Kondor flag carrying?
I don't know, senor. We weren't allowed near the docks.
That's right. Usually we meet the ships when they tie up.
We play to the tourists.
Well, when the Kondor ship came in, we were told to go away.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Do you guys know anything about a total eclipse?
What is it?
It's like when the sun is hidden by the moon.
It's crazy.
My cousin Alfredo swears he saw it happen once. But that was after he stupidly consumed a cocktail of peyote and antibiotics.
Yikes.
What do you make of this little worm?
No good. It's dead.
Sure it's dead. You think I'd carry it around in my pocket if it wasn't?
I mean, there are still questions to be asked here, George, by the way. That sucks to hear that their friend's been locked up. There's a way we can do something about this.
I recognized the woman immediately. Last time I'd seen her was in a market in Syria. It was Pearl Henderson, the globe-trotting bargain hunter.
Of course it is. I remember you.
George Stobart, well, of all the...
Mrs. Henderson. Boy, this is some coincidence, huh?
When you've been married to a fruitcake like Dwayne as long as I have, you stop believing in coincidence.
I'd met Pearl and Dwayne on the other side of the globe in Syria. He was an Army veteran who suspected he was working for the CIA, but wasn't sure. She was less obviously deranged.
It's complicated.
Is Dwayne here with you, Mrs. Henderson?
Why, sure, I couldn't leave him home alone. Since Dwayne came back from the war, we couldn't bear to be apart.
So, where is he now?
We ain't speaking.
Huh?
Why aren't you speaking to Dwayne?
Because he's an old spoil sport sourpuss. I want to visit one of those old pyramid places, but Dwayne says he has to stay in town.
Right. And you don't want to go on your own?
Well, there's no point in going to the pyramid if there's no one around to take my picture.
Yep, they've not changed.
Is Dwayne still working for the CIA?
If he is, he doesn't know it. He's what they call a snooze.
Don't you mean a sleeper?
Yes.
No, this is different. He used to think he worked for them, but the psychotherapy cured him of that. What he doesn't realize is that now he really does work for them. At least that's the way I understand it.
What?
What brings you to Quaramonte, Pearl?
What takes me just about anywheres. The market.
You drove 2,000 miles to go shopping?
Shopping is my role in the economy of the Great Design, George.
Oh, they've definitely not changed.
What do you make of this stone, Pearl?
Oh, that's pretty. What's that thing supposed to be, a rabbit?
I believe it's a coyote.
Well, it sure is cute.
I was surprised she didn't ask me where she could buy one.
I was expecting her to come with an offer, I'm not gonna lie.
What do you make of this statue, Pearl?
Hoo-wee, that's a spitting image of Dwayne's brother Sheridan. A little less body hair, maybe, but it's him all right.
Bad news for Sheridan.
What does this mean to you, Pearl?
What cute little feathers. Why, if you had two of those, they'd sure make nice earrings.
This isn't intended for frivolous personal adornment, Pearl. It's a dart, tipped with a fast-acting, muscle-numbing poison.
Pardon me, I stand corrected, honey.
Sometimes I got the feeling that communication with Pearl was like sending signals out into space. Maybe, if you waited long enough, you'd get an intelligent answer back. But it was a long shot.
Poor Pearl.
Take a look at this news cutting, Pearl.
You'll have to read it to me, George. I left my specs in a gay bar in Santa Barbara.
Well, it's about an eclipse of the sun, which is due to occur in a few weeks' time.
You'd think the government would warn us about these kind of things.
It's not dangerous or anything.
Yeah.
Apparently, the best place to view the eclipse is right here in Quaramonte.
Oh, my.
She didn't appear to be the slightest bit interested.
Well, you can't buy an eclipse, so, I don't know. You can take pictures and sell them. Sell photos, though. Eh.
Look at this, Pearl. A tequila worm.
Don't you bring that thing anywhere near me, honey. I swear I'll scream like a hog on a hot plate.
Catch you later, Pearl.
Very nice. How's Dwayne then? Is he possibly in here?
According to the sign over the door, this was Quaramonte's police station.
Just seeing how much I can look around here. Yeah, some windows. There's all sorts going on here. It's a big place. Hey, there's Dwayne!
It was Pearl's husband, Dwayne.
I think it was Dwayne that drove us around in Syria? Possibly? I can't
Hey,
remember.
Mr. Anderson. Good to see you again.
Do I know you, son?
George Stobart, remember? In Syria? I sold you a statue.
I remember that. Pearl was mighty vexed when the paint came off.
Look, I'm sorry. I'll give you back the $50.
No, you suckered me fair and square.
That's not quite what I had in mind, but sure.
Are you still working for... you know who?
You know I can't talk about my work, George. That's between me and Uncle Sam.
Like I said, it's complicated.
I spoke to Pearl earlier.
Yeah? Did she mention that we had a kind of falling out?
Yes, she did.
She'll get over it.
Did you drive all the way down here?
Hell no. Pearl did the driving while I followed the maps. The way she handled the wheel, you'd think she'd been trucking half her life.
Why did you bring a huge truck like that?
George, I'm on a top-secret classified mission for Uncle Sam.
Oh, boy.
This truck is a rolling bomb. 400 pounds of nitrate fertilizer with a plastique initiator.
What?
They'll hear the bang in China. Gee, I'm really looking forward to this.
What? Oh my god.
Do you know anything about a shipping company called Kondor Transglobal?
Sure I do. You have to get up pretty early to catch Dwayne with his pants down.
What? You beat me to it?
Kondor Transglobal is all wound up. Seems like my investigations scared them off.
Huh? Any idea what he's talking about?
Does the name Karzac mean anything to you?
Sounds like a comic book villain to me, son.
He's the man behind Kondor, and the rat who kidnapped Nico.
You know, the first time I met you, I was deeply impressed with your naive simplicity. I said to Pearl, if we ever had kids, I would have wanted a boy like George.
Thanks.
But I underestimated you, son.
Thanks.
Did you know that traditional music is illegal in Quaramonte?
Is that so? Seems reasonable to me.
No, really. The leader of the band in the square has been in prison just because of the music he played.
I don't know who you've been talking to, but that fella, Miguel, he's an agitator.
Huh?
What's the real reason the musician was in prison?
Handed out subversive literature at the mines. That so-called general was waiting for Miguel when he got back into town. Marched him off to jail at gunpoint on a charge of inciting a riot.
Yikes.
Would you like a biscuit, Dwayne?
Oh no, those gourmet dog snacks bring me out in a rash.
You've tried them?
They were on special offer. Pearl bought a whole crate. When I asked her if she was thinking of keeping a dog, too, she just laughed.
No comment.
Would you like to borrow my lucky piece of coal, Dwayne?
What's so lucky about it?
Well, we made it to Quaramonte in one piece.
When you've been here a few days, you won't look on that as luck.
Yikes. Jeez.
What do you think of these panties, Dwayne?
Lord, hot stuff, George. You buy those for your girl?
No. A guy we knew in Paris bought them for her.
Oh, you're a threesome then. Why are you looking at me like that, George?
Forget it.
Jesus.
Mr. Henderson had a strange look of determination on his face.
So he says that this truck is... Yikes.
It was one of the cell windows.
We can have a little peek in these. Possibly.
There was a forlorn-looking guy asleep on the floor of the jail. It was Miguel, the pipe player. Hey, Miguel! He didn't hear me.
Damn.
The cell was vacant.
So we know he's in cell 2. Okay then. Well, let's head on inside then, I suppose, and have
Hey,
a chat.
Nico!
Well, gonna have to wait. Oh, thank God. So I'll chat to the police, I guess.
I have done just as I have been instructed, Professor. With the mine closed down, there'll be no one around to observe your excavations. Ah, I have visitors.
Just remember what I told you, General. There's really no need to make a martyr out of that man.
The size of that man's grin.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting, Senor. Welcome to Quaramonte.
Thanks. My name's George Stobart from California.
But what is this? An angel come down to earth.
Nicole Collard. Enchanté, mon général.
Pardon me, senorita, but I couldn't help myself.
Look, we'd like to ask you a few questions.
You've come to the right place, senor. Tourist information. General Graciento, at your service.
Cheers. This man, that makes me uncomfortable.
This is the tourist office? It says police on the sign outside.
It is both, senor. I am a man of many parts.
I can see that, General.
Who was the guy you were talking to when we arrived?
Professor Oubier, a visitor, senor, like yourself.
Wait.
Did you say Oubier?
What?
Si, senor. Professor Oubier, a French archaeologist.
And he didn't stop to even, like... He didn't even stop and recognize Nico. Just raised his hat as he left. Interesting.
What's Oubier doing in Quaramonte?
Researching our rich and glorious past, senor. The professor is planning an expedition to some Mayan ruins. He came to see me to get an excavation permit.
That doesn't make any sense. Surely Oubier would have stopped. Huh.
Have you heard of a guy called Karzac?
No. No, I never heard of him.
Take a look at this label.
Si, senor. Kondor Transglobal.
Can you tell me where to find their offices?
No, senor. I never heard of them, and neither did Ronaldo.
I'm not convinced by this.
Are you sure you never heard of Kondor?
Oh, yes.
The company is registered here in Quaramonte City.
You are mistaken, senorita.
The musicians out in the square say that a ship flying the Kondor flag was birthed here.
They are simple peasants. They will go along with anything you say in the hopes of parting you from your money.
There's some cover going on here.
Kondor is run by Karzac, isn't it?
Wrong again, senor. Karzac has nothing to do with anything called Kondor, whoever he is.
Do you keep a record of companies registered in Quaramonte?
Of course, senorita. Unfortunately, all the records were destroyed by a flash flood.
Interesting.
We've had enough of Quaramonte, and we want out.
Am I stopping you?
The guy at the docks tells me I need an exit visa.
Ask Ronaldo. He'll make the arrangements. That's what he's here for.
Alright. Maybe we'll need this later on. We'll see.
I hear there was an accident at the mine a few months ago.
That's correct.
A lot of men killed, weren't there?
A few.
30?
Barely 1% of the working population.
Yikes.
Are there any ruins around the city?
Of course, senor. Quaramonte has everything.
I have a friend who wants to visit an historical site.
Ronaldo will only be too pleased to conduct a guided tour, when he's dealt with today's paperwork, of course.
Is it true there's a restriction on music in Quaramonte?
Yes, there is. An emergency measure introduced by Nuestra Senora.
Folk music is a link with the past for some of these people. Take away their musical roots, and what do they got left?
Easy listening.
You think easy listening could replace a musical heritage hundreds of years old?
Why not? It happened in your country.
I love how easy listening is capitalized. I love it.
Do you know anything about the forthcoming eclipse, General?
Such things do not interest me, senor.
Damn.
Would you like a biscuit?
Are you trying to bribe me?
Well, every man has his price.
Mine is more than a dog cookie, Senor Stobart.
I don't know if I want to be showing this, but like...
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
That's a native carving, isn't it? Where did you get it?
We picked it up in the market as a souvenir.
Cheers for the cover.
What do you think of these panties, General?
Oh boy, fabuloso.
They're yours if you'll tell me all you know about Karzac.
I told you. I never heard of the guy. Do I get the panties now? I told you all I know.
You told me nothing. I'll be back.
Jeez. Interesting.
It was General Graciento, Quaramonte's reigning slime ball. A couple of special offer letters were strewn across the desk.
We ain't gonna be able to have a look at those, unfortunately.
A safe was tucked under the desk.
There's a lot of stuff here.
It was a computer monitor with some kind of outdated game displayed on it.
You know, pretty professional stuff.
The television was showing what appeared to be a low-budget soap. A tall man with long blonde hair was shouting at a woman who was naked apart from a towel.
Pretty standard stuff then.
He had the eyes of a cocker spaniel set in a face like a deflated souffle. I couldn't help wondering what had driven him to work for a man like the General.
Well, let's go have a chat with him, see if we can get this visa sorted out.
Hi, I'm George Stobart.
Hello, senor. How can I help you?
I'm trying to get out of Quaramonte.
If I had $1 for every time I heard that, I'd be able to buy back half my family.
Never mind them. What about my visa?
We don't take visa.
I didn't ask if you take a visa. I want you to give me a visa.
I can't help you, senor. I don't understand these things.
Great.
Are there any ancient pyramids near Quaramonte?
Si, senor. But it's not very impressive. It's in ruins.
That's perfect.
That's the point.
Would you be willing to give a guided tour of the ruins?
I can't. The General would have a fit if I left all this paperwork.
You have to find a way to assist with this, perhaps.
I'd like to visit your prisoner.
Condemned prisoners aren't allowed visitors.
Condemned?
To death. He is to be executed.
Jeez.
Knowing my luck, I will probably have to shoot him myself.
Amnesty International is going to hear about this.
Shot?
I thought Miguel was arrested for playing the wrong kind of music.
Si, senor, he was.
And that carries the death penalty?
No. You think we're crazy? While being questioned, he confessed to being an anti-government agent.
This is bullshit.
You know anything about this eclipse?
No, senor. El General keeps me in the dark about most things.
I can tell.
Do you recognize this statue?
Tezcatlipoca. The night wind. Take it away, senor. That stone is cursed.
They are terrified by this damn stone.
Would you like a gourmet dog snack biscuit?
I would love one, senor. But I would have a problem with my teeth.
Toothache?
No, senor. If the General catches me eating on duty, he'll knock them out.
I can believe that. I can believe that.
A filing cabinet stood in the corner.
Well, we ain't gonna be able to mess with any of this, so...
It was the map which the General had been showing to Professor Oubier.
We're gonna need to find a way to get a distraction, look at this, and find out where the hell Oubier's gone, I guess. Well, let's get out of here for now. Be good to have a chat with Nico anyways, and kind of collate our thoughts here. If you'll pardon the slight pun.
Why did you show him the stone?
I thought maybe he might know something about it.
Well, he does now, for sure. He knows we have it.
Yeah, probably should.
You came on a little strong with the General.
I was merely flattering his ego, Georges. Every man has his Achilles heel.
Maybe. But that guy's weakness isn't in his foot. Labano tells me he's been seeing a lot of you.
We meet sometimes for lunch, a drink. After you'd gone back to the States, I was pretty lonely, you know.
Lonely? You must have been desperate. Couldn't you just visit the zoo or something?
What?
Did you notice that chart on the police station wall?
Yes. It looked like a map to me, but I couldn't make out the details.
Whatever it was, the General didn't want us to see it.
This I'm most interested about.
That man we saw talking to the General was Oubier. Didn't you recognize him?
I never met him, remember? The guy I called in Paris claimed to
Ah.
be, but he sounded nothing like the man in the police station. Maybe the professor really is innocent.
Nah, it's too much of a coincidence that he's here in Quaramonte.
That would explain it. They never actually met. And of course, she never spoke, so... Yeah, I guess that's reasonable.
Take a look at this.
An eclipse of the sun. Why the sudden interest in astronomy?
I found the cutting in Oubier's house.
Apparently, it's only visible from Central America.
Right here.
Take a look at this.
Mon Dieu! Where did you get that kind of money?
It's not mine. I found that statement at Oubier's house. Would you like a biscuit?
Gourmet dog? Have you been eating those things, Georges?
Sure, they're great. Guess what this is? Go on, guess.
It's wrought iron, probably from a chimney stack on an old stove.
Damn.
Well, I suppose it could be. How did she know that?
My grandfather used to work in a foundry.
Ah, I see.
Take a look at this, Nico.
That's disgusting, Georges. Why are you carrying it around with you?
I don't know. I just can't seem to part with it.
It'll be useful, I'm sure.
Do you have any theories about this stone?
I think that design represents a dog, a Mexican dog.
So, this is the sacred Chihuahua stone? Sheesh.
Alright, well, so plenty going on here. Miguel's locked up. We're going to need to find a way to probably try and bust him out. Oubier is here by the looks of things. Though we didn't exactly recognize, which I guess is worth noting. There is so much more to do here, it's kind of crazy. But I'm going to have to end this video as well as the session, folks. This is going to be all for this one. So thank you all for watching. I guess next time we continue our exploration of Quaramonte and find out all sorts of bits and pieces. Yeah, there's clearly business to be done here, but I'm having, I'm enjoying this stuff, just kind of exploring around. We've got the guys that mine, found more information about that. Maybe we can find a way to get the Hendersons to help us with the police station, perhaps. Very possible. We shall see. Anyways, folks, thank you for watching as always. Take care, and yeah. Next time, I suppose, more from Quaramonte of George in his goddamn shorts. Just looks absurd. I'll see you.